Jacob Grace, and as usual, we give you the best stuff from the campus, on this side of the campus, the two sides. And normally we give prominent stories, different arenas of life, sports, politics. Of course, today are not going so far about politics. We have Honorable Billclinton, the 87th GRC of School of Psychology.
KITYO. My name is GRC Nuwahereza once again, and I am serving as the current Guild Representative Councillor, sitting on the Committee of the Academic Affairs of Makerere University. And having served on so many leadership platforms.
Which course do you do at psychology, Honorable Bill?
At psychology, I am pursuing, I think, if not the best, then it's the best course. That is Bachelor's of Community Psychology. And I have, in my year one, when I joined this particular course, I served as the legal advisor. You can imagine, in my year one, I'm already advising the entire committee. Yeah. So in my second year, I happened to maneuver to the College of Humanities, where I served as their Academics Affairs Minister. I had picked.
Was that still in year one?
Yes, in my year one.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Then later in my year two, you blessed me. People at psychology blessed me with the most interesting position, that is the Guild Representative Councillor.
Yes. And now you are serving in almost what we call the parliament of the university.
Yes,
and this is the top university in the country. So you're near in the country.
Sure, they call them. They actually call them the GRC house, but yes, this is the 87th parliamentary house.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
So because I represent a specific constituency of psychology.
Do you have any position in the house?
Yes, I have been. Like I said, I've been sitting on the Academics Affairs Ministry. Yes.
By the way, how was the race?
The race of the GRC?
Yes.
It made me sweat plasma. I had so beautiful contestants. These are people I could not despise. These are people who are my friends, people who worked so hard. And
yes,
they were interesting people.
I know you guys were working hard.
Sure, and one of the persons I will never forget in the history of my politics, it will be Trevor Kasasa and Nwagaba David.
Oh my
These
God.
people made me sweat plasma. I will never forget, and I appreciate them every day because they taught me to work so hard, and these were hard-working people.
So it was a bloody race.
Indeed, it was a bloody race.
Wow.
Yeah.
Let's leave that side alone, and of course I know next semester the School of Psychology will be choosing again, and we are looking forward to that line. Yes. What have you achieved so far? Because it was a bloody race and people had so many other good alternatives, but they chose you. Looking back at the achievement of winning the race, what can you talk about your achievement?
I am looking at the race that got me there. A beautiful race. It has really done me so good. I thank God first because He's the Almighty and the Alpha and Omega. I never forget. So who made me go through everything. In this, if I'm to mention the achievements are so many. I mean, I have got friends who have made it to the top in the Honorable House. And the very first achievement that you will feel is being addressed as a Honorable. That is, you should never forget. Yeah.
You guys were in East Africa and...
I mean, I was even going to forget to mention that, but we managed even to travel around East Africa. And I mean, it has helped me get the exposure and the experience in my leadership.
Yes.
We met the professors. I remember my best experience was when we went to the University of Damascus. We intervened and we were speaking English like Makerenians. Nobody spoke English like you were speaking.
Hey!
The expression and the experience was very, very, very beautiful.
Seriously, building for
this institution outside, it is the best. I mean, this institution is well represented.
That is interesting.
Sure.
Talking about School of Psychology, this is the year where we're not having first years, and it is going to go in the history. But what are we seeing ahead? What is there next year? Are we having School of Psychology continue? Because if psychology is the art of knowing behavior and then understanding all the details of how to control it, and then psychology ends, what is the next step for Uganda? What's the next step for law, health arena without psychology?
Well, to answer that, I think I wrote a letter. I wanted to be sure of the date, and this is why I was informing all the public in Makerere University. Psychology was here a couple of years ago. We are celebrating 100 years of Makere's existence.
Yes, this year.
And yes, this year. And as according to my research, School of Psychology has contributed 47 years in producing excellence, in producing our students. They are doing so well outside there, by the way.
In every field.
Yes, because if you do not have such a humanistic course which deals with behavior interpretation, and we have the human resource managers in this field, I mean, we are losing out as a country. We are losing out on a certain level.
At that very point, a very rich man once told me that whenever he looks at people walking, he sees money in their pocket,
yes,
and he wants to find a way how to get that money from them.
Yeah, so it is just a matter of understanding, and you should not get so disappointed that we were not advertised this year, because we tried to front it. I think with Honorable Trevor Kasasa, who is serving as the 87th Information Minister. This is something we've been talking about over and over. GRC, sure. So we are having good promises that anytime we can be merged as a course, that is applied psychology.
Okay.
So the applied psychology arena, to rush into history of it, they needed, if you are a year one and you have come, you have enrolled for the course of applied psychology, you are able in year one to study particular course units of BCP and particular course units of bio. Then in year two, you can measure and look for where you go. But when you have equipped yourself with all this knowledge.
So it means even when a new course comes in, these two courses will remain.
They will
BCP
remain.
and bio. Bachelor of Community Psychology and Industrial.
Yes, it will become a single course, but then on your transcript, you will graduate as a student of applied psychology in community psychology.
That sounds good.
Yeah. Or you will be a student who was graduated from with the bachelor's of applied psychology in industrial psychology. So that is how beautiful and how your just transcript will be looking all this nice and heavy and in pronunciation.
You know, change is always something to resist, but when you embrace it, again, you find that there are new dynamics that you didn't have in the previous, and you like them at the end.
It did.
Wow. It has been so nice going through your achievements, Honorable Bill. Now I want to go into your next step, because you say these guys, your competitors in the race, all the people you were running with, making sure that you secure this position, taught you a lot. So what are you looking at after?
Currently, I say I am someone who is not to leave politics.
Okay.
Because I am a political leader, I am not just a politician. I always want a right leadership, a right representation. And I never get tired of serving community. As a psychologist, that is what we should do, by the way.
Yes.
So, I mean, I still, even in my last year, this year that I am having, I am looking at pursuing something still in Makerere University. And this is your first show, and I am pronouncing myself. I haven't declared it anywhere, but I am coming as the Electoral Commission General Secretary, Electoral Commission Makerere University.
Are you allowed to do that in your final year?
Yes, that is the Constitution gives me rights to run in my final year, and that is the very last thing that I shall have achieved in Makerere. And yeah, I think in that line, I will serve Makererians.
Interesting.
Yeah.
And I like your answer, because you talk about the fact that you want to continue serving humanity.
Yeah, sure.
And when we went one time to a rehabilitation center, the guy who was giving us a lot of knowledge was so much down to earth, and everyone was thanking him and said, "No guys, this is what I'm supposed to do." And we're like, "But we don't pay you. Why are you so much enthusiastic about doing this?" And he said, "No. One thing I learned is that whatever I keep, I lose, but whatever I want to retain, I give out."
Wow. Yeah, of course, you have to give out. I mean, we live in this institution, And you should know that there are people who are desperate for your actions, who are desperate for what you give them. And I mean, you never lower yourself and fail to award or accord some such chances to this particular group. So that's why we stand out in positions for many people to come to you, and then you serve them where they cannot reach. And you find people are pursuing another career like business, and they are successful. For example, you're pursuing in being the best informant. That is your field of mastery.
Exactly.
So, I mean, you have to serve in different angles and spheres of life. So I am glad that even in this last year of my education at Makerere University, if God helps me and
I know.
I become
that.
the 87th Guild Electoral Commission.
Yes, on top of being the GRC and then serving on the Committee for Education. Wow, it has been so much nice serving you, Honorable Bill. Dear viewers, this episode belongs to Honorable Billclinton Nuwahereza, and is giving you his very last word.
Thank you so much. Sometimes when I am on such a show, or everywhere the platform I'm given, I feel like I run emotional. What makes me run emotional is how I remember about psychology. This is something that bleeds in my fire, in my blood. I mean, every time I feel it is at heart, I must take my sincere and my most humble appreciation to the constituency psychology. Everywhere, anywhere I shall ever go and meet a psychologist, I will be glad. Why? They have placed me in positions. They have supported me. They have guided me. Even I have not just been serving alone. I have had people who are serving with me, people who are still guiding me. So thank you so much. Then to the house, the 87th Guild House, that is headed by the Guild President, Shamim Nambasa.
Yeah.
Kudos, my Guild President.
Yes, the lady of fire.
Yeah. She's not a joker. Yes. So I thank you so much for the opportunities to serve with you, and it's been great experience in that.
She vaccinated the junta?
She has.
Wow.
She has. So with so many things anyway, So thank you so much, and I am so excited to be at your show, and I mean, I'll sleep if I'm saying thank you. But everyone that has been around me and my team, I can't mention names, they call them the high table. They are there. These are people who love me. Thank you so much.
Yes, that was Honorable Bill for you, and it is the Choose Media platform here at Makerere University, and we are so much excited to be bringing you the best, and we shall always be back. Every Monday we shall be broadcasting a new video. We shall be having another top story to run. That was Honorable Bill for you. Thank you very much. Goodbye.